When subtracting decimals, we're going to use the same procedure as when we were adding. First of all, I'm going to look at that expanded form here, taking this number and decomposing it into its pieces. In the tens column, I would have 30. In the ones column, 5. And I'm going to look at that as 4/10. I'm going to take away 26 and 8/10, so in the tens column, I have 20. In the ones column, I have 6. And in the tens column, I have 8. Notice I put subtraction next to each one because I'm subtracting all of the 20, the 6, and the 8/10. 30 take away 20 is 10. 5 take away 6 is -1. At $5, I spent 6. 4/10 take away 8/10 is -4/10. I had 40 cents, but I spent 80 cents. 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 minus 4/10. If I think of this as shopping, it's really saying 9 minus 40 cents, or 8 and 10/10 minus 4/10. The 10/10 came from taking the dollar from the 9 and breaking it into dimes. And I get $8 left. 10/10 minus 4/10 is 6/10. Notice I've converted right from fraction form to decimal form. Again, if you think of this as shopping, sometimes it makes more sense. And really, what would we do if we were shopping with the problem like this? I would take my $30 and I would subtract all $26 from that 30. I would take, and let's see, I need to subtract 80 cents. So I would take $1 and I would subtract the 80 cents, or the 8/10 from that. Now remember, I had $35.40. This totals right now only $31. So in addition to having the 30 plus 1, I would have 4 more for the 5 and the 4/10. So if I put that number, I compose it, I would have $35.40. Now notice, when you give a clerk the money, you would give them the $30 to take the 26 from. The clerk would return to you $4. You give them an extra dollar to take the 80 cents from, and the clerk would return to you 20 cents. You still have the remaining 4 and the remaining 40 cents in your hand because you never gave it to the clerk. Combining my ones, my dollar bills, and my cents, looking at the dollar bills, I'd have 4 and 4 more. I would have $8. Combining my tens, or which would be my nines if I was really, my dimes if I was really shopping, I would have 6 dimes left for 6/10. Now if I was using partial sums, what would that look like? Well, I start in my tens column. 30 take away 20 is 10. $5 take away 6 puts me in the hole, $1. Notice my decimal lines up, so I'm subtracting dollars from dollars. And if I had 40 cents take away 80 cents, or 4/10 take away 8/10, I would be in the hole, 4/10. So combining, I usually like to do this in 2 steps. 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 minus the 40 cents would be $8.60 remaining. Let's try a couple more. Using decomposition, 91 and 2/10 would be 90 plus 1 plus 2/10. 76 and 9/10 would be 70 plus 6 and 9/10. Now what we need to remember that we're doing here is we're subtracting each one of these. So if I had $90, I spent 70, excuse me, I would have 20 remaining. 1 spend 6 leaves me in the hole, 5. 20 cents spend 90 would leave me in the hole, 7. So 2 dimes spend 9, I would be in the hole, 7. 2/10 minus 9/10 is in the hole, 7/10. In pieces, 20 minus 5 is 15 minus 7/10. There's 2 ways you can look at the problem. 15 is 14 and 10 tenths, and I'm taking away 7 tenths, which would leave me remaining $14 and 3 tenths, or 14.3. We don't like to say 0.3, we want to say 14 and 3 tenths. If I'm using my partial differences, notice my decimal lines up. 90 minus 70 is 20. 1 minus 6 is negative 5. And 2 tenths minus 9 tenths is 7 tenths. 20 minus 5 is 15. Minus my 7 tenths leaves me with 14 and 3 tenths. Last problem, once again, we need that placeholder. My decimals need to line up, and all their positions do. I'm allowed to put that 0 placeholder in there because originally I had 5 tenths, and I made it turn into 50 100ths. They look different, but they're worth the same. 5 dimes is the same as 50 pennies. Subtracting using my partial differences, starting in my tens column, 80 minus 20 is 60. In my ones column, 2 minus 6 is negative 4. In my tenths column, don't forget that TH on the end, 5 tenths take away 2 tenths is 3 tenths. Notice it's positive because I still have some. And 0 take away 5 100ths is in the whole 5 100ths. I always again kind of look at these in pieces. 60 minus 4 is 56. 30 cents, spend 5 cents, leaves me with 25 cents. And combining these, I have $56.25 left. So I was hoping that when you put this into numerical, into dollar amount, it might make a little bit more sense.